Where'd my model go? My model go? Oh no. VTube Studio crashed. Alright, just a moment, everybody. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm still trying to wake up, guys. I'm still trying to wake up. I'm feeling a little bit tired. Still feeling a little bit tired because of yesterday, but yeah, I may as well do a bit of the intro. But yeah, good morning or good evening or good afternoon wherever you're at. Najumu here, and today we are finally going to continue some more TerraNova. This time we're going to be doing it on Twitch only this time because I'm not going to go for too long. And number two, I do have plans for something else that we're going to do a little bit later. Yeah, so let me just get the model up. There we go. Yeah, I'm about to come up. I'm about to show up on screen right now in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. I'll be right there. There we go. There I am. Yeah, but hey guys, hope you're all having a great great day or afternoon. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's because, yesterday I barely got any sleep. I mean, after the collab yesterday, we did spend a good time together in the VC. That was a lot of fun. But after that, and before I actually went to bed, I had a few stomach issues. Oh boy, it came up all of a sudden, and doesn't help that there's been construction work that happened at night. It should have been happening in the morning. Ah, man. And they're still not done yet, sadly. Even they're still working right now, just as we speak. And, well, it's just one of those days. I guess the universe said, oh man, Sai, you had too much fun with your friends yesterday. You had way too much fun. It's time to not have fun. So that happened. It's all right, though. It's all right, though. It's all good in the neighborhood. But anyway, a bit of a recap when it comes to TerraNova. So last time we saw Sendaria, Tourmaline, and Effie went to Japan together. But there's a bit of an incident that happened where Tourmaline was left behind while Sendaria and Effie were looking for fashion, looking for clothes that are related to their potential fashion project. And that caused a little bit of a rift between the two sides. And Tourmaline only found Cherry, who was the only person she can confide to about the situation. And I don't know, is it possible that there could be a misunderstanding, or there's one side who is wrong, or maybe both sides are wrong? We'll have to wait and see if in the end of the day they'll get back to be friends or not, or if that's the beginning of the end when it comes to the TerraNova quartet. We'll have to wait and see. All right, without further ado, let us continue. We are at August 2004. All right, let's go. Here's Jerry. Welcome back. Happy to be on American soil. Ugh, yeah. It's about to write a post about the whole debacle that was Japan. Alright, let me make this a bit faster. Sorry it turned out like that. Still wish I could have been there with you. Yeah, me too. But hey, I got you presents. Ooh, presents. You're too sweet. Oh, Effie's here too. Oh no. Let's see. No, you. About that. Something's up? No, not really. I mean, yeah, kinda. Why is this hard to say? Let me guess. You had a fight with your mom? You're quitting school? Or you're not who you say you are? Oh. You know, that'd be actually kind of funny if it turns out that Cherry's someone else. But nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. It won't be fair. But I have a good guess that she had a fight with her mom. You had a fight with your mom. She found out she has a secret twin sister who is also a villain. She's going to face her for final showdown. Oh, nice fanfic. But no. Okay, let's see. Okay, for funsies, we're gonna say you're not who you say who you are. You're secretly a cop who went undercover as a high school girl, but fell in love with your partner and now don't know how to win his affections. Okay, Tourmaline, you're being a little more imaginative than we think we are. So you are a cop? T, you just made me spit my drink. No, I'm not a cop. That's what a cop would say. Okay, she's quitting school. I need to speed this up. Where's this? Okay, there we go. Nice. You're dropping off. You're dropping to start a flower shop, but it's actually a front for a group of gorgeous male assassins. How did you know? I love gathering boys with questionable pasts. Picked out their code names and everything. They're all gonna be cats. Cool. Just don't have. Just don't have. Wait, who was that guy who was in the Cats live action movie? I forgot his name. He used to host a late night show too. Oh man, who was he? He's British as well. Oh, who was he again? Let me check. I need to remember who this guy is. Can't believe I forgot him. Let's see. Cats movie cast. Let's see who's in it. Oh, James Corden. Yeah. Hopefully one of them isn't James Corden because, yeah, interesting person to say the least. Also, for those who are wondering, this music is not from the game. This is actually from a free lo-fi beats channel, and let me put the link here in the Twitch chat. If you enjoyed the music, you can listen to it too. Right there. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the reason why we are not doing it at the usual time. Because Evo Grand Finals is starting at the same time when I'm going to stream. And the first game is going to be up is Grand Blue versus Rising, so I'm not going to be missing that. So yeah, that's why we're doing today's Sunday stream a little bit earlier than the usual. Okay, but seriously, just give me a sec. I like you. I mean, more than just in a just friends way. Ooh, I see. Or, last time we had a bit of BL action. Looks like we're getting some GL action. Maybe. Okay, we're gonna act like we're the dense protagonist and say, what do you mean more than friends? You gonna make me say it. Alright, like a friend that you date. Or a girlfriend. You mean you feel the same way? Oh, you feel like that too? Oh my god, I'm really happy. So terrified. Let's do it. Let's date. It's not that simple. Why, you're not gonna turn into a zodiac animal when we hug, aren't you? Knock it off with the anime references already. Okay, that's a Fruits Basket reference, by the way. Also, watch the remake of Fruits Basket. It's really, really good. I love the original 2001, I think, series, but the remake is super good. It's fantastic. Highly recommended. So many things rolling on around my head, I don't need any more. I'm happy to listen. Okay, so what's going on here? So first, I'm still part of a church. I still live in the sticks, and my mom is still my mom. But I don't have enough money to buy a plane ticket. Okay, tell me about your church then. Tell me about your mom. We can work things, even if it's long distance. I mean, long distance relationships is kind of RNG, I feel. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But for the ones that do work, they actually last for a while, I feel, personally. But yeah, especially when you're like from different corners of the world, like it's very hard. If you're, for example, in Asia and someone else is in like South America, for example, it might be a little bit difficult. Be a little bit difficult to like meet up and try to hook up together. But you know, who knows? Life has a lot of surprises. You may never know if a certain long distance relationship can work. But let's talk about your mom first. she cares about me, but it makes her worry sometimes. Told her I'm gay, she'd freak out and blame herself. Probably take away my computer. That's awful. There's a lot of things she doesn't know about me. I hate to say that, but it'll only make her worry more. Now I have a driver's license, so I can go places on my own. If you come up here, we can go out. Okay, let's talk about the church then. I don't think I'd be able to go. Gay people are mistakes, and God doesn't make mistakes. You're not a mistake. What would happen if you didn't go? If I don't go, God would forsake me. Family would forsake me. A community would forsake me. I actually like feeling I'm not a lonely piece of trash. Like I have some kind of purpose here. If it's just our secret, it's not like your whole congregation needs to know. God will still know. It's probably gonna come out in confession anyway. I'm so going to hell for this. Well, I'm a heathen, so you'll be in good company. We can roast marshmallows together. I'm just gonna say I got a boyfriend. Also the rest between me and him. If you need to talk, let me know. Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows like how the times have changed, right? So the setting here is in 2004, and currently we're in 2024, so it's kind of like a 20-year gap, and there's a lot of things that can change in 20 years. A lot. A lot. You'd be surprised. We can work a lot. We can work things out, even if it's long distance. I mean, it's not like it stopped us being friends, right? Well, no. But being girlfriends isn't the same. How do we date? How do we hold hands? Here, take your left hand, okay, and hold it with your right hand. Oh, Tourmaline. Give it a squeeze. That's for me. I mean, that's cute. Uh-oh. I was holding my hand, you were. Ugh, you're so cute. Sometimes I wish I could be a boy. That would make this so much easier. Could be a boy or a girl or whatever. I'd still like you. Thanks. You're a good person, you know that? Nicest godless heathen you'll ever meet. Might not be there with you, but at least I'll be holding your hand. I like you. Confess your crush on Cherry. When you're working on some art, chat me if you need anything. Okay, will do. Okay, I think that is all with Cherry. Alright, that's pretty cool. I'll check back later. Alright, time to talk to Effie. Let's see what she has to say. Is she going to, like, is she still going to be, like, defending Sandaria? Or is she going to understand Tourmaline's point of view? Or if they're going to be, like, I don't know, maybe understanding each other? Who knows? Yeah? Something terrible has happened. I don't know who to talk about it. Can we talk? Sure. Do you want me to call you? Yeah, I'd like that. Alright, hold on. Okay, I'm calling you now. Talk to you soon. Okay, something terrible happened? Oh no. I'm going to call her. Alright, let's read this. Let's see. For the first time ever, I got to hear her voice. Wasn't the best timing, but when she talked, it was like she was whispering in my ear. Like we were sitting beside each other at no distance at all. First we were crying, or laughing for just a moment. I reached out my hand to see if she was there. Is that stupid? Maybe. I kind of like being stupid for once. Aw, that's a pretty cute art. Okay, so there is more of the fan fiction here. I'm gonna read that later. There's even more fan fiction. we're probably going to read that later. How to spot an abusive friend. Oh boy. I think I did read that, right? Yeah, I think I did read that last time. Yeah, I read that last time. What about this one? Is everything okay? Ah, okay. I did read that too. I did read that too. All right. Okay, so I guess it's time to... Excuse me. It's time to write the blog. All right. How was Japan? Oh, I was hoping that Japan would be everything. All right, let's make this faster. Everything I'd seen in anime. I mean, obviously it's not, but I mean, a lot of people like watch anime and think, "Oh my God, it's Japan! It's so amazing! It's like the world of anime and video games." But yeah, it's like you just have to understand what you're getting yourself into before traveling. I mean, it's definitely a nice place to visit, but you need to understand like the customs and how things work over there before you actually go there. Because there has been a part in Japan, I think I forgot the name. There was like a certain district where it totally banned foreign tourists from being there because, you know, they were being jerks, right? They were being assholes. And they were like trying to take pictures of the geishas or just walking through, just doing their own thing. And yeah, these are human beings. You're not in a goddamn zoo. Show a little bit of respect, yeah? Show a little bit of respect. You are on their turf. So show a little bit of respect. I think it should be applied to any country that you're actually visiting, right? Just don't make yourself look like an ass, right? Don't make yourself look like an ass. And sadly, for some people, there are like certain clout chasers out there. I'm not going to name names, but y'all know who they are. And they just travel there and have these like IRL streams where they get to make fools out of themselves and try to embarrass just everyday working people and everyday people but you just want to live their lives, man. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. And yeah, I can't feel any sympathy or remorse for those who get what they deserve. Those clout chasers. They deserve everything that happens to them. Because you know what you're getting yourself into. You want to be that kind of person. So, well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's all I'll say. Let's see. I wish I studied more Japanese. I wish Effie and I had spent more time together. I wish Cherry was there. Ooh, okay. These are some interesting choices here. I could say I wish I could have studied more Japanese so it could be more general, but number 2 would make it sound like she's desperate, right? And I wish Cherry was there. It makes her feel like, you know, it probably make Effie and Sendaria feel a lot more isolated on their own. So I'm gonna say I wish I studied more Japanese. I wish I studied more Japanese before I went. I had this idea that even if I didn't know the language, I'd be able to get around, and that's sort of true. But it's really, really easy to get lost. When people try to give me directions, all I could do is nod and say hi, hi, as if I knew what they're talking about. I totally didn't. Maybe I should major in Japanese in college. That way, when I go back, if I go back, I'd at least ask for directions. Oh, god damn it. I have to do these. Well, I guess it's inescapable. I wish Effie and I had spent more time together. We talked about going to old music stores and pouring through J-Rock CDs together. We really didn't get to do that. Sundari had already planned everything in advance. Anytime I'd make a suggestion, she'd say, "Oh, when I have a reservation for..." then Effie would just be gone. I mean, sure, I wasn't a total party pooper. Most of the time I was hanging in Sandaria's apartment online because I didn't want to spend all my money on fashion. Don't get me wrong, I like fashion. Just, you know, it's not my thing. I've got to say Cherry is there. I wish Cherry was there with me. That way if Sandaria and Effie went to do a thing, Cherry and I could have hung out and played games. Or totally got lost. I bought her a Gact CD. She told me that she thinks Gact is sexy, so I hope she likes his music too. I listened to it at the store and it reminded me of our roleplay. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't the update you all probably wanted. You probably wanted a, wow, this was so cool! Lots of photos and stories and stuff. But all I could think about is the stuff I wish I had done differently. Maybe that'll change in a few weeks. I mean, okay, that's a reasonable blog post. That's a very reasonable blog post. I'll give her that. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? We go here, I suppose? I guess we'll post a little bit of a roleplay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Okay, we're going to call her. Hey, how's your art going?
You seem very well organized here. I won.
It's alright, I guess. Drawing hands is hard. I still got time before the weekend ends. On RP? Oh god. Hands you a poem and a rose. Whoa. Blushes and stammers. Oh, I couldn't. Oh, please, my lady. I insist. Ah, this is...
I won.
I'm wincing, but... I'm wincing a little bit, but you know, that's actually realistic. That is super realistic. Would you play Father Castellano for me, pretty please? Sure. Let's see what's gonna go on here. Okay, so night has fallen on the parish, and the church bells tolled the evening prayer for all devotees. Dominic made his way to the main hall early, as Father Castellano's voice rang through the hall. He bent his head against the prayer bench obediently. Tonight we will be having a special sermon on forgiveness, he began, beginning with chapter from Matthew 6:14-50. Sounds of pages turning. For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, the Heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. Look at you and your Matthew verses. Hey, I just looked it up just for this. I mean, Google did exist at the time, right? Hold on, let me see, when did Google exist? This was in 2004. When did Google exist? Google was established in 1998. Wow, really? Huh. Okay, so when did the search engine start? Oh yeah, it does look like that. God damn. It was even in beta at that time. Ah. Yeah, I guess Google has been for a while. God damn. You know, time flies so fast, guys. Alright, stop being so cute. Well, not. Alright, let's continue. Dominic knew this one well. It was one of Father's favorite verses. We so easily can find the fault in others that we do not find in ourselves. I ask you, is there someone's sins here tonight that you have failed to forgive? His thoughts drifted to 8 and snapped back to the present. No, he mustn't lose his resolve. As the clergy filled into the aisles, Dominique approached the stage. Mother Castellano, a moment of your time. slow smile spread across his face, like that of a snake which has found its prey. Certainly, my child. Oh, he beckoned Dominique toward the green room. Scarcity? Yes, that. Huh. Well, alright. He followed him in silence. As the door shut behind him, he took a deep breath. So, I'll get to the point. We recently heard some troubling news about the outreach program. I thought we could clear it up, just you and me. And what news have you heard, my child? Dominique met the father's eyes. That's it, just the two of us. He placed a long, bony finger on his cheek. Yes. He hadn't expected to confess this fast. The order is giving us money to help the survivors from the bombings. It should cover the expenses of 15 men. So it was you who snuck into my office, he replied. I don't blame you. If you accuse me, I confess. But I did this not out of malice, but out of familial love. Family. When Obsidian held his hand for the first time, he felt wanted, even though the good father was the one who raised him. You have a demon inside you. It needs to be fed to be appeased. And so, out of familial love, I made a solution that would work for us, he said. You were able to do whatever you wanted out there to keep it fed. No witnesses, no judgment. And when you came back covered in filth, it was I who comforted you. When he was with you, he felt so guilty, like he should be more grateful, more understanding of how generous the good father was being. He reminded himself, these were scraps. Then what was it in it for you exactly? He looked offended, grasping his rosary. All I've done for you, take you in, taught you how to tame that beast inside you. You dare doubt me? You said a solution would work for us. You presented me with my part and left out yours. When I see you money, something tells me there's something more. Am I wrong? You failed to see how much I've sacrificed for you and for the parish. The order will be safer once I become Archbishop. The only way that would happen if the Archbishop was incapable of attending his duties. Dominique cut him off. It became quiet, troubling for a man who always seemed to have the right words at the right place. In the right place. My child, the Archbishop has passed. The same day the new Novan Guard. Dominique couldn't conceal his shock. The Archbishop was dead? It had been weeks since the Obsidian's body was discovered. The congregation should have been notified immediately. He knew the father was hiding something dark that he was tiptoeing around, hoping that Dominique would leave and he'd keep the secret dead, buried. Perhaps he should appeal to his ego. Father, I know what you would tell me in situations like this, he said. You would tell me to unload my burdens. Sin confessed is one that can be forgiven. The expectations of the order weigh heavy on me, he admitted. It's not easy to be the head priest. Everything I have done, even if it has cost others their lives, has been a part of God's plan for us. He turned to Dominique, a blank, dark look. Would you like to know his plan? Yes, he did not want to know. Father Castiliano stepped closer to him, backing Dominique against the wall. Before I came to the parish, we were surviving off the scraps of measly tithing. But in times of crisis, our faith grows. So it fell to me to make a crisis. Fear spiked in him, feathers raised at the back of his neck. Wait, bombing. A bombing, he repeated. His hand slowly traveled up Dominique's vestments. Something that causes loss of life on a grand scale. Something that couldn't be ignored. Would cause people to turn to God for comfort because their days were spent in fear that they would be next. So I hired some enterprising men to make me some. So that was your plan. Concern yourself less with my plans and more with God's plans, the father spat. As a result of his grace, the order has become what it was. The archbishop was useless, calling for summits, ordering investigations. I entreated him to reconsider. The refugees didn't need to be rehomed. Well, he provided just enough comforts to keep them at the church long term. He disagreed. God spoke to me again that night. The expense of others' lives, and calling it God's plan. The father was a worse monster than he ever imagined. The archbishop is an old man. Kept to his chambers. Easy to steal there in the middle of the night. Take a pillow and... Had that guard not been killed the same day, his plan would have run smoothly along. Instead, the TerraNovan government is breathing down our necks. Like a hawk, his eyes flicked to Dominique's hand, which bore the ruby insect ring Obsidian had given him. Now, I seem to remember that they wore something like this. He tried to turn away, but the father's elbow dug into his chest, pinning him into the wall. Oh, my child, you were there, weren't you? Dominique said nothing. The demon had to be fed. You decided to do it within the parish's walls, he said. How many times have I told you to go outside to do your dirty work? That's not what happened. Whether it matters or not, all that matters is that you seem to be in the same situation as me. He grinned, baring his teeth. I could give the TerraNovan government what they want. Killer, he said. Unless you'd like to join me. What? With your monstrous power and my new position, the Order of the Hand will secure itself a permanent seat of power in Verdania. I know the difference between right and wrong. You taught me that, Father, he said. This is wrong. Then, my child, you are no longer part of the plan. Father Gonzalez, the TerraNovans do not care if their killer is alive or dead. He grabbed Dominique's throat and bore it down, pressing his knee to his stomach. Suddenly and violently, the air was forced out of his lungs. He let out a strangled gasp and grabbed at the father's wrists. His grip was strong. He could break it if he was... No, he would end this without violence. You... Don't scare me, he gasped. Even though I'm choking the life out of you, you're weak, Father. Angrily, Dominique spit in his face. The father seemed to relax his grip and the door slammed open, hitting the father squarely in the shoulder and sending both of them to the floor. Eitan was standing in the doorway, wearing a patient's gown and soaked in sweat. Behind him stood Sister Castile and another nun. All right, enough playtime. Eitan! Dominique scrambled from the floor. You didn't have to come. I can handle this on my... Of course I know that, you ass. Just thought that the Order wanted a record of your bravery. Held up an electronic box. The Archbishop is an old man. He keeps his chambers. It was easy there to steal in the middle of the night, take a pillow and... Eitan grinned lopsidedly. Ah! Eitan was ready. He got the evidence. Evidence.mp3. I'm pretty sure MP3s were there at the time. Yeah. I thought this one was crazy when he begged me to accompany him to the evening services, Mr. Castile said. Father, you are a criminal. Sister, please, Father interrupted her. The Order is the last bastion of faith in this fallen world. If to fall, it would plunge the world into darkness. It's my responsibility as the head priest to defend our parish. Dominique grabbed the father by the shoulders, dragging him from up the floor. You've killed hundreds of people and pushed Ordania to the brink of war with TerraNova. All for your petty advances, which you claim is for the good of the parish. The number of clergy behind A10 was growing. Mr. Castile's hands were white. My aunt lived in Redmark. She lost her life due to your greed. Another member of the clergy piped up. My father was blinded by the shrapnel blasts. For the greater good, Father Castellano said, but his voice was drowned by the clergy. Dominique led him from the sacristy into the hands of the clergy. Hold on. My mom's calling me. Yeah, no problem. Is everything okay? Hope everything is okay. I'll check back later. Alrighty, should we go talk to Effie now? Okay. Hey, you seem really upset on the phone. I didn't really get the context when we talked. Just that you were upset. Can we talk more here? Effie? Hey, T. Am I a bad person? Hi, you've got a nice voice. Did a little stalking on your YouTube. You mainly play visual novels and fighting games? Yes, Levin Ampere, I do. I do play a variety of games, but I also have to have one visual novel and one fighting game every week. Yeah, but recently we've been having a bit of a multiplayer kick with Lethal Company and Monster Hunter. But yeah, like this week, we're going to continue more of Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, hopefully. I'm going to be checking out Case 5. So that's the last case. And on Friday, I'll be trying out Merfight. So Merfight is a indie fighting game that has been in the works for a while, and it's aquatic based, and it has rollback netcode. It seems pretty interesting. I'm definitely going to give it a check. But there is a good chance that if Versusia's release date for Granblue versus Rising is this week, that I'm going to try to fit in a stream there, because I always have like a stream for a fighting game, like new character that shows up on the release day in order to check it out. Yeah, I'm pretty interested. I'm pretty interested in like new characters, like when they are fresh, when they're new. And you may never know, I may get to like enjoy a character a lot. And there might be like a returning character who I'm hyped to play again. Like in Strive, Slayer recently came back and I'm only playing him right now. Same thing with Bison at Street Fighter 6. But yeah, welcome Levin. Hope you enjoy it here. I primarily post stream on YouTube, but Sundays is where I get to stream on Twitch. Yeah. Okie dokie, so let's continue here. Hey T, am I a bad person? I have to be for this to have happened. Friends don't do this to friends. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, we need to know what's going on. Oh, sure, like you don't know. I really don't. That's what I asked. The dress I made. That I spent months on every day after school. There's a huge slash on it. Sendarius just sent me photos. I'm sure. She told you I did it? Come on, that's super suspicious. Oh, come on, Sandaria. You were at her apartment when things were going sideways in Japan. She was planning to wear that dress for a shoot today. What reason would she have to cut it up? She was crying. Well, yeah, I was in her room, but... Effie, you know me. Even if I was pissed, there's no way I would destroy your dress. You worked so hard on it. Do I? I thought we were both weren't into drinking. Then you post drunk on Line Journal. I thought we weren't into romance, but I see how you talk about Cherry and... I just don't know anymore. I'm still me. I'm still your friend. Stop it. Stop it, T. You're hurting me. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. Want me to confess something I didn't do? Sundari is a snake in the grass. She waited until we were gone and cut up your dress. I want you to apologize. To me and to Sandaria, you're ruining her shoot and ruining my life. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that happened. I'm also sorry that your precious friend is a liar. I'm sorry you feel that way. Please, Tourmaline. Please apologize, Tourmaline. Then we can go all back the way it was before. Well, here's the thing. This is a difficult one. It's a difficult one. On the one side, if you don't apologize, because she isn't in the wrong, right? Both times, Tourmaline wasn't in the wrong. And if we say I won't apologize, then yeah, the rift is just going to get wider. It's just going to get wider. It's going to get worse. But if I apologize, then things would be probably better. Things would probably be better, but in the end of the day, Sandaria would still be the one who is in the right, and that's not true. Oh man. What? Is there a spot that we can save? We can possibly save. Alright. Let's save here, okay? And let's go for fine, I'll apologize. We see what happens. Fine, I'll apologize. That's what it takes. I'll do it. Then we can go back the way it was. Thank you, T. That really means a lot to me. Yeah, don't mention it. Talk later? Whatever. I don't want to talk to her now. Alright, so that is how it happened. Oh, another message? Sandaria? Okay, let's see what goes on here. Alright, let's see what happens. Hey, I'm sorry. For what? Really don't know? I'll take that as a yes. Alright. You hurt me pretty bad, Tourmaline. Just a sorry isn't really gonna cut it. I want to hear you say that. Okay, why did you lie? And what is wrong with you? And then, argh! I like that one. Argh! You're angry. It's scary. Talking with you makes me angry. I have to infer every goddamn thing. And it feels like you're just waiting for me to slip up so you can kick me while I'm down. I didn't touch that dress. It had to have been you. That's not what I remember. You must remember a different version of the truth. Instead of the one when you prevented Effie and I from hanging out every turn, and then blamed me. Oh, have you ever considered that you're a bad friend, and that Effie's just being nice? That's not true. Oh, she went for ... I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. Effie told me you stopped talking to her in middle school because you started hanging out with this dude. She told me you turned into a different person. And now you're doing the exact same thing with Cherry. I'm leaving. You don't care about suing or fashion. You're not interested in getting to know her. Just want her as a backup in case your other friendships fail. Don't chat me again. Oh, man. Oh, Cherry's here. Hey, Cherry. Oh, man. This is peak. This is peak teen drama, folks. Sorry, I logged off so suddenly. When Mom opened the door, I was like, Mom? Cherry, are you doing your homework? Me, yes, totally. Tired RP and drawing. Up for some more? No, sorry. I feel like total garbage. What happened? Effie thinks I ruined her dress. God damn it. Sandaria does too, and she says I'm a bad friend. Everyone thinks I suck and they're going to leave me. I'm gonna end up all alone. The hell? Why would they say that? I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong. I keep telling them that. They just... They were like this last month. I didn't say anything because I knew they were all really close. But... Alright, let's say it, but fuck them. You deserve better than that. Do I? Sandaria said when you and I started being dating, I abandoned Effie somehow. Maybe I changed too much. You're allowed to date. You're allowed to change. There's nothing wrong with you. Really? Really? But, T, I can't let this slide. They mess with you, they mess with me. We have beef now. No, you don't have to. Really, I don't want to drag you into this mess. You're not the one who dragged me in. That was all Sandaria. But if you go after her, Effie will know that I told you. Please, please, please promise me you'll keep out of it. Sorry, I can't promise that, but I'll do what I can make things right between you and Effie. Just so you know, there's at least one person on this earth who thinks you're pretty great. Aw, the Cherry's a real one. Gotta go to dinner, but I'll talk to you soon, okay? Okay. Man, yeah, when I said sides will be taken, yeah, it's actually a thing. Hey, Cherry, just wanted to say thanks. We'll talk more later. Okay, alright. Let's see, let's go to the blog. No, we can't post a new post here. Let's see what Sandaria has to say. Oh, nothing new here. Sandaria? I don't know what's going on with the dress thing, though. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Maybe we should post some new fan fiction, I guess? Thank you. I'm sorry. Alright, let's see. Can I see him? He's still pretty worn out from yesterday, Sister Castile said. I'll ask him. Yesterday, Father Castellano has been dragged from the sacristy to a makeshift holding cell. Those direct reports played the recorder in the main hall for the rest of the parish to bear witness to his crimes. Messengers were out by nearby towns to inform them of the news. As for Dominique, he endured an hours-long interrogation from the TerraNovan government. He told them everything he knew, down to how he'd seen Hikaru kill Obsidian, as well as his relation to New Novan. Hikaru was now a wanted man. Well, mostly. He left out the part about Aiden. Sister Castile returned. He asked me if you have bread. Dominique looked down at his hands, looking at a linen-wrapped parcel. Yeah, he said with a smile. I did. Aiden was propped on the pillows, a book in his lap. He said nothing as Dominique settled down in the seat next to him and placed the bread next to him. They sat in an awkward silence for a while. Dom, Aiden. They both looked away and said, I'm sorry, Dominique said. Yeah, me too, Aiden replied tiredly. He picked up the parcel and slowly and painstakingly began to unwrap it with his left hand. Let me help, Dominique started. Accept the help, yeah. Thanks. He bit into the bread and sighed. You're a real great baker. Thank you, Dominique said with a hopeful smile. Others had told him so, but but it was somehow more meaningful coming from him. Eitan, I've been thinking, Dominique began, reaching out to brush a strand of Eitan's hair from his face. Can we have a do-over before all this? Eitan caught his hand in his and glared at him. A do-over? Don't make me laugh. I do this a million times over and my fingers would still be gone. Let me be perfectly clear, Dom. My feelings toward you haven't changed. Not only have you taken away my livelihood, you destroyed the only chance I have had to lift the only person I truly trust out of crippling poverty. Yes, I lied to you. I'm sorry for that. He flicked a cold gaze towards him. I trusted you for a brief moment, and you ruined me. Tears sprung from Dominique's eyes. He wanted to tell him that it wasn't him, to blame the demon inside him. But the truth is, they were the same person. Some part of him wanted Eitan to never be able to shoot a gun again. I'm sorry, he said, pulling his hand away. I'm so sorry. Once I'm better, I'm going back to Nova City. See what kind of odd jobs I can find, Eitan said dully. Tears were rolling down his cheeks. Please, don't leave, he whispered. Dominique, don't. Eitan put his bandaged hand over his face. Underneath his fingers came a soft voice, vulnerable, waterlogged. Don't make this any harder for me than it already is. Dominique held back a sob and nodded, wiping his face. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Alright, fanfiction posted. And now what are we gonna do? Let's see, can we actually talk to any one of them? Oh, we can end the month now. Okay. And that is the end of August. It's time for September. Ooh. New updates on your RSS. Okay, drama. All right, we're gonna start reading this in a little bit. I have to go get some hydration because I've been reading quite a lot. I'll be right back. So enjoy a little bit of the music, okay? Be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Alright, let's look at this blog post that Sendaria has posted. Let's see. Okay, I'm a pretty drama-free person, so I don't understand why there's so much drama. Maybe I'm unlucky? I don't have the time or energy to deal with this. Well, it's awful to what happened to Effie's dress. It's even awfuler. Awfuler? That's a word? Is that Tourmaline is pointing the finger at me for having the audacity to tell my best friend that her dress is ruined. It's obvious that she had the motive and opportunity to do it while we were in Japan. She was hanging out in my apartment, which I'd never let her do if I'd known she was this petty. I'd have a photo shoot coming up, and I'm stress eating from being literally accused for sasebo slashing my friend's work of art and being threatened online. Threatened online? What is wrong with you? Thank you, Levin. I appreciate it. What is wrong with this girl? Excuse me? Threatened? She didn't even threaten you. What is... Yo, this girl is bad business. Of course I'm supporting Effie through all of this. What are friends for? It's just sad to see so many unnecessary drama. I can say that when we get through this, the other side is much brighter. Fingers crossed. Yeah, this girl is... Yeah, I don't like this girl. This girl is sus. This girl is mad sus. Alright, let's see what Effie's blog post is. I'm just in tears right now. Sandaria sent me a photo of the dress, or at least what was left of it. It's totally and completely unquestionably ruined. T's telling me it's Sandaria. Sandaria swears up and down that it's T. I don't know who to believe. These people are such big parts of my entire existence that if something's wrong here, I'll literally tear my soul apart from the inside out. Not figuratively, literally. I wanted to work this out, and I wanted to be good and amazing. And now I just want to fix everything so that it was the way it was. I don't even know where to start. I'm rambling. This isn't what anyone is used to seeing from me. Both Sandaria and T are telling me that I'm not me. I'm like, does that mean I'm the problem? Did I break this? I worried here, would T and Sandaria get along fine? Maybe it's me. Maybe it is me. Ooh, we are getting into dangerous territories here. Oh God. For another special someone, you know who you are. You make yourself as thin as you want, but you're still a waste of space. I see through that mask of yours, and on the other side is a very punchable face. Watch your back, because if you don't, I'm coming after you. Hope you choke on a crepe and die. Ooh, my God. Yeah, this is escalating pretty hard right now. I guess it's time for her to post as well. Dear Cherry, I can't stop thinking about you. I can't focus in my classes. All I'm thinking about you is the next time I'm gonna roleplay. I only stayed up last night talking on the phone, but there's no school tomorrow. So want to stay up late again? Okay, I'm saving for a plane ticket. Wonder if you and I go to the same college. I wonder what your parents will think of me. Let's say I'm gonna save up for a plane ticket. I'm saving for a plane ticket to come and see you. I know you said the place you live is super boring, but knowing us, we can probably make our own fun. Go out into the woods, have a picnic, spin stories. Of course, chatting online is fine. Chatting online is good. Talking on the phone is wonderful. I just want to hold your hand, run your fingers through your hair, give you a kiss. Doesn't really matter the place. Just be happy to see me with you. Okay. Wonder if you and I can go to the same college. In the same year. Probably could apply to the same ones. I was already looking for places out of state, so why not the East Coast? If you do that, we get a place together. We'll have no curfew, no rules. We can draw and write and whatever we want, whenever we want. Be our little paradise. Worry what your parents think of me. We're both girls, and even if I'm a little nervous about coming out to my parents, we're old hippies. Maybe you could talk to them. I guess that's okay. Doesn't feel super great to be a secret. If that happens, we'll figure something out. You can even hold your hand while you do it. Or run the getaway car, whatever you need. I told some friends I was dating you. They asked me how we met, and when I told them from the internet, they were like, oh, she's not a real person. As in, you could be a 50-year-old man in Iowa. Yeah, it's the same thing like with VTubers, right? features. Oh, it's just like a 50-year-old guy with a voice changer. Yeah, it's still a thing. It's still a thing, oddly enough. Really? Have they even talked to someone as long as we have? Something tells me they don't know how to meet people on the internet. Is it weird to say that I miss you? Is it weird to ask for another phone call? Anyway, patiently waiting for you to come online. T. Okay. Okay, blog post has been made. And let's check the chat. Oh, here's Cherry. Hey, hey! Let's see. How was school? For the first time in my life, it wasn't bad. I met a girl who's like us. Her dad got stationed here too. Like us? Yeah, like girls like us. Her name's Mel. We're in the same period class. Oh, is she like cute? Yeah. Oh no. I mean, it's nothing like that. Obviously, you and I are girlfriends. Maybe I was a little worried. Oh boy. Don't worry. We have next to nothing in common beside our interest in the ladies. She's an army brat, loves sports and plans on joining the ROTC. I talked a lot about you. Really? Yeah, I don't know. She gave me good advice, and maybe I'm not 100% ready to take it. What's the advice? To stop feeling like there's something wrong with me. I think when I started crushing on you, I started thinking maybe I was spending too much time on the internet, and it was making me gay. Mel said she felt the same when she first came out, but ultimately she realized that didn't mean she was tainted, broken, or abnormal. She was just a normal person. That's really good advice. True. Never met anyone like you. We share so many interests and talked for hours. You're really cute. So why would I choose someone else? Just because you're a girl? Stop it. Making me cry. If we were there, I would give you a big hug. I have a request. 100% no pressure, but yeah, let's do this. Would it be okay if I called you tonight? We did just like talk for like 3 hours last night. Alright, let's go for it. We're going for that route, folks. Please? Just, for 30 minutes, tops? I could never deny you, T. Thank you. Anyway, you're really great too. You're smart, funny, a good writer. I think you could write a novel or a video game someday. You mean it? Yeah, 100%. Thanks. I'll BRB in 5 minutes. Gotta heat some leftovers and then do some writing. Message me if you want to roleplay tonight. You know I will. Okay, that is probably the end of... Oh, who's this? Oh, it's Effie again. Oh boy. Hey, T, can we talk? Sure. I mean, we gotta be the reasonable ones here. What is this about? Sandaria's been acting really weird lately. She made a promise I would cut you off and never chat you again. That doesn't feel right to me. Okay, so her LJ posts have been really weird. She wants you to cut me off? Sounds like you chose the wrong friend. Yeah, they have been very weird. Her LJ posts have been really weird. I mean, she's always been a little strange about food, but now it's like... Yeah, I know what you mean. Most days I feel like energy has been sucked out of me. I spend so many of my evenings and early mornings talking with Sandaria. She's going through a tough time right now. She started following a bunch of pro-Ana blogs. She told me that it gives her peace and control. But honestly, I feel like I'm losing her. Pro-Ana? Short for pro-anorexia. People blogging about the best way to starve themselves, saying that it's good for them. You're thinking about searching it, T. Don't, T. It's bad. Oh god, anorexia. Oh man. Never, never, never go for the extreme when it comes to your diets. Don't overeat and don't undereat. That is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for disaster. Like, I feel bad for like the fashion models who try to just cut back so much food in order to get that right body size and body type. And then, you know, in the future, it's going to affect their health. It's going to mess them up. It's going to mess them up. It's the same thing with people who like gorge down on food all the time and forget about eating like healthy stuff or like having a balanced diet. It's gonna like give you like blood pressure issues. It's gonna give you like obesity issues, like, you know, diabetes and whatnot. But yeah, just take good care of yourselves, folks. I guess, kinda. There's people she talks to regularly who support her eating as little as she can. I'm really, really worried. Yeah, I am too. When I thought about losing her, I realized something. Afraid of losing you too. Really? We've been IRL friends for so long, so it's easy to take it for granted. When all this stuff started happening, I thought, Effie, you have to fix this. Somehow. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Sandaria. She's been making vague posts about me since the fight. None of the stuff she's saying is true, but it's not your job to fix it. I'm starting to understand that. I'm sorry I didn't get your side of the story before accusing you of the great slashing. Things are confusing right now. I don't want to apologize for dating Cherry, but I do want you to know I'm sorry I freaked you out. Boys are dumb. Friendship is the real deal. I still believe in that. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna say I'm worried about you and Sandaria? I'm more worried about you. You've been staying late. You know, I want to be like the mature person here. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure what Sandaria's doing is because of her diet being messed up. And yeah, probably her emotions are all over the place. And she has like this jealousy towards Tourmaline and Effie's relationship. She wants Effie just to herself. And she doesn't even realize that. Alright, let's do this. I'm more worried about you and Sandaria based on what you're saying. It sounds really serious. No. I was in there in Japan. I know what to do better. Now it's just, all I can do is talk with her. Did you know yesterday she only ate a cracker? Girl, what is wrong with you? Okay, see you, Levin. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. A single cracker? Yeah, and she doesn't even have a shoot plan. She did it just to see if she wouldn't pass out. I'm worried about you too. That's a dark hole to get sucked into. Least I can do is talk to her. I think that's the most you can do. She needs professional help. Yeah, maybe that would help. I'll suggest it the next time we talk. Thanks for listening, T. You didn't have to, but you did. Don't thank me. That's like what friends do. Yeah. So I've been reading up on Dominique's and Eitan's story in TerraNova. You mind if I hop in for a little RP? I have a little story in mind with Isaiah I'd like to try. With me? Sure. Actually, with you and Cherry. Oh! Hold on, let me ask her. Okay, let's go to the group chat. Hey, Cherry. Yo, yo! You'd be down for a group RP with Effie. Aren't y'all, like, not talking? I think we're good now. That's good to hear. She's a good person when she's not with that treacherous snake. Yeah, probably best not to mention Sandaria doing the roleplay. What do you take from me? Philistine puts on a top hat. I shall ever and always be a gentleman. Thanks. Let me set up a chat for us. Hey, you two. Ready to RP? Yeah. Do you mind if I set the scene? No problem. When an animal is wounded, it seeks comfort in the familiar. Even if he had ascended to the hybrid human plane, he was reminded that he, too, had animal instincts. Isaiah settled on a familiar rock to gaze out from the top of the mountain to the forest below. The air was cooler than last time. The trees had changed their colors. The last time he was at this hot spring, the four of them had been laughing. He splashed water on his face, and off came a thin film of grime. He had heard murmurs of the parish, political unrest, a high priest jailed, increasing animal attacks. Worst of all, Hikaru was wanted by the TerraNovan government for murder and treason. No civil war, he promised Eitan. Now, more than ever, he needed friends. He slipped off his silken raiments from Silver Spring, slid in. Onsen! Ooh, I'm glad you're bringing this back. Dominique had spent the last several days in his room, praying. Every day he would go to see Eitan. Every day he looked a little bit better. And every day they had less to talk about, he would return to Nova City soon. He picked his way up the mountain, the cool breeze blowing through his curly blonde hair. Had the four of them here been a dream? He wanted to feel it just one more time. When he peered into the hot springs, someone already was there. Sorry, I didn't realize. Isaiah turned at the familiar voice. When he saw who it was, relief poured over him. He was alive. Father Gonzalez, will you join me? Isaiah! Dominique almost plunged himself into the water, shoes and all, but he thought better. He made his way around to sit beside him. He hesitated for a moment, then pressed his hand to Isaiah's bare shoulder. I'm so glad you're alive. When Hikaru left, I thought he was going to kill you. Isaiah hadn't touched another person since Silver Spring. Sensation brought him back from his head to his body. Eitan was right. The priest had a warm heart. He leaned against his hand. He tried to, but I ran. Eitan said Hikaru was strong, but you were smarter. Is he well? Eitan, nah, not really. Dominique gave him a pained expression. He's in the hospital because of me. I'm sure you're giving yourself too much credit. I appreciate your kind words, but looked at his hand sadly. I'm sorry, Isaiah. I attacked him. I see, Isaiah said, even though he did not, in fact, see. He was sure Eitan's own recklessness was somehow to blame, but decided to drop the subject. Then we are all of us are more than we seem. Isaiah, a gambler, Eitan, an assassin, and he, a changeling. What strange secrets they kept. He sat in uncomfortable silence. Can I talk to you about Hikaru, Father? You seem like the kind of person who would to listen rather than talk, he replied with a small smile. You're not wrong. What's changed? For a long time, he had been on his own. Being alone was not unpleasant. People would drift in and out of his life peacefully. He was proficient and independent enough to not depend on others. But with Hikaru, things have changed. I'm not strong enough to reason with Hikaru alone. I need help. This is the first time Isaiah's asking for help, isn't it? Yeah, I teared up a little too. Our boy is growing up. Ah, I missed him. I fear I made a terrible misjudgment of his character. No, that wasn't quite it. He'd seen the fire in Hikaru's eyes. The fire of one who wants so badly to possess another. He shivered. I wanted to believe he was a good person so badly. I myself overtook all the signs to the contrary, and now... Zaya trailed off at a loss for words. He understood this all too well. With Eitan, he pretended like his mysterious comings and goings were just that, mysterious, and nothing more. When we cared about someone, it's normal to want them to fit the image we have them in our mind, even if it isn't what they are. Until the harsh reality sets in, they will never be as we wished them to be. Who Hikaru really was never who I thought he was. Isaiah was well aware of how crazy he was about to sound. This will sound like fabrication, but I can assure you it is the truth. Hikaru's not himself. He has been possessed by a power far beyond what he can control. A goddess called Isra. He believes himself possessed, but the idea of someone being truly possessed was impossible, right? He thought back to Hikaru's words. Sacrifice prevents more suffering. Is that what he meant? Sacrifice to a god? Would have said the same as you, father, had I not seen it with my own eyes. He performed a wretched ritual with the remains of the people he had dueled. There I was. The Aztecs were known for their ritual sacrifice, so too must be this goddess who required human remains to be appeased. Why would he choose to summon this Isra now? To save his people from an impending volcanic eruption, Isaiah replied. But I have a sense to why. The why is to conceal even more horrible secret. And what is that? That he grew up without choice in how he lived his life. Barring the powers of Isra, even temporarily, gives him a strength he has never possessed before. What do you think he would do with that newfound strength? I fear that it is to find me, and wasn't sure what Hikaru wanted with him, but it wasn't good. Well, that's no good, ain't it? A voice said behind them both. Dominique spun around. Eitan? Oh, so he's a Brit? I already gave him like a normal voice, but he's a Brit? Well, I guess it's a little bit late to give him an accent now. But it's easier to do in stuff like Tyrion Cuthbert because of like the names and like how they look. Like with Celeste giving her a Scottish accent and Harold giving him a German accent. But yeah, I guess we're gonna continue the same voice. Got discharged from the infirmary today. It was the first place I thought off to go. Funny, huh? If we all wanted it to go back the way it was. Eitan. Isaiah reached out his hands. When Eitan placed it in his, he saw it was wrapped in gauze. What happened? Well, Eitan said, his eyes flickering towards Dominique. This sounds a little unbelievable, but he ate my fingers. Isaiah pinched the bridge of his nose. Eitan, why do I think there's more to this story than you're telling me? The hell are you taking his side? I'm the victim here. Eitan? Dominique bowed his head, concealing a chuckle. This must be what Eitan meant by longtime friends. He secretly enjoyed watching the two of them bicker. But he must clear this up. He drew in a deep breath. Isaiah, Eitan is telling the truth. I got hungry, Aitan finished the sentence for him. Dominique shot him a glare. More than that, don't you think, Aitan? Aitan went silent and glanced away. What has gotten into you two? Aitan told me the truth about what he does for a living, why he came back to the parish, and I snapped. I turned into someone I didn't want to be. As if to prove this, he pulled the sleeve off his cassock back, leaving fine black feathers poking through his skin. I am a changeling, not a human. So that's what you call it. Changeling. Not heard the term before. It's a magical creature. I don't know about them, except that their true form is a crow dragon. Crow dragon? Interesting. Here he thought he was possessed by a goddess was unbelievable. What exactly was it that Aitan told you? Always in the hot seat with Isaiah, he sighed. Alright, I'll spill. Better to hear it directly from him. Just that I was planning to introduce Father Castellano to a friend of mine. Her name is Etta. So that's what you call it. Rifle. You knew? I used to get into a high-stakes mahjong match. And that didn't strike you as odd? My previous point still stands. We care about someone, ignore the signs. Glanced over to Aitan. Even if they are obvious. It's nothing personal. I just collect a paycheck. Makes it even worse. Does it? Someone offered to pay me handsomely to have the father killed. Difference does it make? They want him dead. He will be eventually. I might as well be the one to collect the bounty. He thought back to Hikaru, trying to explain away his own murderous ritual. He stood suddenly, waves washing through the hot spring. So that's why you were running from the police when we met. I got sloppy, so. The anger in his voice was palpable. Now he was starting to piece everything together. That day, I aided and abetted a murderer. And you got a diamond wheel welder out of it. Pretend like you're innocent here. The long time he knowed Aitan, he kept his cool demeanor. However, after everything, after Silver Spring, violence is always a choice, Aitan. Always! He yelled. I told Hikaru this. I am telling you this now. It is always a selfish choice. Dumb. Yeah, tell him. Well, if it's any consolation, that's not really a choice I get to make anymore. Someone took it upon themselves to introduce me to an early retirement. He glared at Dominique. Dominique looked away sheepishly. We fell into an awkward silence. Isaiah, you mentioned Hikaru is looking for you. Do you mean? I do. I believe he's not done with me yet, Isaiah said. I am afraid. Dominique stood as well. Isaiah, he may be possessed, but his soul may yet still be saved. I fear he is past the point of no return. If that's the case, we stop him. Not gonna let either of you get hurt by this kid. He is not a kid. He's a living god now. Guess we just need more firepower then. Both Dominique and Isaiah turned their heads towards Aitan. No violence, no violence. Aitan, why you gang up on me? He held up his hands in a placating gesture. Alright, fine. Isaiah began to put his clothing back on. A10, I'm still angry, but I am thankful. Glanced over at Dominique. He could smile, he would have, but instead he opted for a hand pressed graciously to his heart. Thank you, Father. Dominique smiled. You're welcome, Isaiah. Want to skip to a later scene? Sure. I can do the setup if you want. No, I think I have something. Please wait. Patiently waiting. Oh, she's cooking. Dust settled on the parish. The towering citadel was just as imposing as before. But instead of priests, Nova City guards were stationed at the entrance. Even when he was in Nova City, Isaiah cared for little for such authority. Especially now, they were staring down. 3 of them who had just returned from the hot springs. They studied his ID card. What are two Nova City boys doing with an Urdanian priest? They asked. Oh, I'm fumbling my words here. Sorry, guys. Before Isaiah could tell them to mind their own business, Dominique cut in. These are 2 charges of mine. One is an old friend, and the other is a patient here. You may confirm with the infirmary if you'd like. No need. They glanced over at A10's bandaged hand. A10, stare long enough and you might get poked in the eye. They turned towards Isaiah. Far away from home, huh? What's with that getup? It was true that he was still wearing his ceremonial jacket and robes from Silver Spring. It would have been beautiful if it weren't for the fact that he's been sleeping outside with the same clothes the past week. The white silk jacket was smudged with grass and mud, and some of the quartz buttons were missing. He didn't think they would believe him. He opted for the most honest approach. Someone very powerful is coming to threaten the livelihood of TerraNovans and Urdanians both. A prophet, eh? They chuckled. All the religious nutters go to the parish, don't they? Knock it off, A10 sighed. I'm gonna catch a cold if I stand out here any longer. I'll tell the infirmary that it was the fault of two chatty Cathy's. They let him pass, as they did. Dominique muttered under his breath, You're not nutters. You're idiots, A10 said. Like to pretend that there's no crazies in Nova City. Best friend has fused with a goddess. Simply saying that makes me feel insane. Don't worry, Isaiah. You can still save him. I hope this is true. You both made the idea. I had them for even better than I imagined. Aw, thank you. I gotta finish up some homework, but I'll be back later. Catch you later? Definitely. Yeah. Cherry go round is away. Now I'm hyped up on roleplay. What do you want to do? What do you want? What to do? What to do? What to do? Want to continue in a separate chat? Heck yeah. Alright, we're gonna talk to Effie again. Here we are. So, you thinking we're gonna continue from where we left off in the group roleplay? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Things were still hectic at the parish. It would take time to prepare Isaiah's accommodations. A10 invited Isaiah over to his room. When they arrived, he flopped down on his bed. I hate recuperating. Time passes way too slow for me. Isaiah tilted his head. Perhaps it is for the best. You are wounded. You cannot run away from the consequences. A10 shrugged his shoulders. I have no idea what you're talking about. Isaiah took a deep breath. A10, how is it that I read people so well at Mahjong, and yet so poorly with you and Hikaru? Oh boy. A10 coughed. This conversation, huh? You're asking me to apologize for hurting others. I regret the pain. I don't regret surviving. Follow the path that I could see in front of me. It was funny. He had done the same for most of his life. He imagined it was the same with Hikaru as well. You and Hikaru are not so different, you know, he said. Saya must have a thing for guys like us. Yeah, we're both desperate idiots, he said. Doing what we need to survive. The reason why he chose to do the ritual, is because he thought he had no choice. Because he had no choice, he convinced himself that it was the right thing to do. Isaiah frowned, much like you are doing right now. But I'm not stalking you across Urdania. He is. Eitan pulled out a cigarette with his shaking fingers. Give me a light, will you? Those things are going to kill you. Yeah? They haven't yet. Isaiah took the lighter from Eitan's jacket. Eitan gave him an expectant look. He said nothing, just held the lighter in his hands. All the hills to die on. Show this cripple some kindness, will you? Perhaps now that he has full attention, it won't slip out of his fingers again. Sometimes being friends with him is a pain. Was a pain. Human lives are precious things. Yes, you and Dominique have beat that dead horse enough. Before I met Hikaru, I pitied him. Could copy my consciousness onto a hard disk 1,000 times, live longer than any elf. He sighed. As much as I hate the fate he has chosen, Hikaru taught me many lessons. The most important one was this. Forget the value of your own life when you devalue others. Let me ask you a question, Eitan. I'd rather you not. Do you value your victims' lives as much as you value your own? Because from where I stand, you don't. Eitan looked as if you were a cat that was just sprayed with water. Who cares? That is a constant in TerraNova. A thread of true, pure irritation wound its way through Isaiah. He deeply respected Eitan for his cleverness. Times like these, words did not work with him. All right, I will use the language that you understand. Smack him. Did you just slap me? What the hell, Isaiah? Yes, because you were being an idiot. What did I do? You shouldn't be surprised that people who care about you want you to stay alive. If you continue this job, the road that awaits you is only death. Eitan screwed his face up. Yeah, I know. Most assassins either are off by their marks or their clients. Do you think myself or Dominique would be better off without you? I will answer this question for you. No. Would Isaiah understand he wasn't being realistic? How am I supposed to do then? Add debt. There's not a lot of work that will get me the amount of money I need. You are speaking with a gambler. We'll figure it out. He placed a hand on Eitan's bandaged one. I will make you new fingers. They will function 2-3 times better than your flesh ones. The words hit him unexpectedly like a truck. Of course he knew that Isaiah was skilled in reforging skin and bones in tech, but he didn't need to do that. He wanted to say so. You don't need to do that. He tried, but the words never came. Oh, shoot. Audio died. Hold on. Let me get the audio back on. Bam. Okay. Audio should be working now. Let's see. On. Why isn't it working? No. All right, let me refresh YouTube. Just a moment, guys.
believes in ghost stories invented by some superstitious man. How dare you take that toad with me? You turn back because some old fool believes in ghost stories invented by some superstitious man. How dare you take that toad with me?
Hello? Okay, okay, the mic is back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a weird audio issue. I don't get what's going on here. But yeah, we're back. Okie dokie, let us continue, shall we? Okay, so he was overcome with emotion, and biting his lip, he turned away. But you must promise me this. What? If I make you new fingers, you must never use them to harm others again. For the first time in their friendship, there was no witty retort. He waited patiently for Eitan to respond. But he did not. The seconds stretched into minutes, and Isaiah was quite sure he had fallen asleep. Eitan? Yeah? That voice came from him was waterlogged. He sniffed and wiped his eyes. God darn it, man. How did I find a friend like you? Oh, we are getting into specifics. You fell into my dumpster one day and He laughed and buffed him lightly on the shoulder. If I had to do it all over again, I'd choose your dumpster every time. Thanks, Isaiah. You'll figure it out. Yeah, we will. I trust you. You know, the more that I look at this, the more that I realize that this kind of emulates the story between Isaiah, Hikaru, Eitan, and Dominique. Pretty much reflects the girls, what's going on with them right now. Kind of. You know, probably may look into this deeper once we actually get to the conclusion of the VN. And surprisingly, it's been a lot longer than I expected it to be. Like, wow. I didn't expect it to go for this long. I thought it was going to be like for 2 streams, but this is like the 5th stream now that we're actually reading this. Yeah, and hopefully in like in a few days, I'll upload the archive on YouTube because I already dual streamed it on both, but there's a good reason why I went for Twitch only today. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit before we end the stream. Hearing him say that made Isaiah light up. He's been a trusted business partner, but right under his nose, he became someone he respected and trusted with his life. He could tell that Eitan felt the same. The moment was bittersweet. As one friend turned away, another friend turned towards him. He chose to focus on the sweet part, and as he said, they would find a way to save Hikaru. Not separately, but together. No, why are they so sweet? I know, right? 2 best friends. 2 trash friends. They're trash. I'm really thankful to have you in my life, Effie. Oh, stop. Aw, the besties are being back again. You're kind and talented. I'm so grateful for you. Thanks. I really mean it. I'm gonna drop these for now. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be posting any of my writings publicly. Isaiah would probably be deep in the drafts upon drafts on my computer. Might have convinced you to make a roleplay. You were the one who set up the entire community online journal. I didn't even know that existed until a year ago. I'm going to log off to do some homework. I'll post up the roleplay when I have time. Sounds good. See you soon. Well, yes, pretty much. So Hikaru, for those who don't remember, Hikaru is the character that Sendaria is playing as. And now Isaiah, who is being played by Effie, and Eitan, who's being played by Tourmaline, are going to do their best in order to save Hikaru from being possessed by a goddess. So this kind of emulates the same situation right here now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tourmaline and Effie decided to do their best together in order to help Sendaria out from being like obsessed over having an anorexic diet. So that's actually pretty clever from the authors who wrote this game. Yeah. Maybe they'll eventually realize it in universe, but I think that's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. I gotta give them props for that. Nicely done. Good night, Effie. Thanks for the RP. Okay, so I guess we're done with that. We'll talk more later. Let's see. We'll talk to Cherry again? Alright, let's see. Back. Good timing. I just finished an RP with Effie. Can't wait to see. After all that angst, it was nice to have a feel-good RP in a while. What do you mean you don't like max angst all the time? I'm glad Effie's talking to us again, TBH. I like her. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Effie is a really good person. Effie's a pretty good person, and like, you know, she's a supporting friend. She wants to support Tourmaline, and she wants to support Sendaria, but Sendaria's not in a good place. Physically, probably, and mentally. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, want to continue on the side on that note? Yeah, Eitan and Dom haven't officially talked, have they? Nope. Hold on. I got an idea if you let me borrow Eitan for a moment. Sure, why not? Eitan had called him to the rose garden. He was holding a cup of tea in his left hand. The bandages were gone on his right, and he was cradling to his side protectively. Thanks for coming. I wanted to talk to you in person. Yes, there's something I've been meaning to tell you, too. Well, I think it's obvious that I have to postpone my... You're going to Nova City. I'm coming too, Dominique blurted out. What? I mean, actions speak louder than words. You can't work. I'll work for the both of us. He looked determinedly at him. It'll probably take time, and in the meantime, I can bake. But I've studied basic apothecary. Oh god, it's a tough word. Apothecary skills. Second language skill issues, sorry. More than enough to make trade in the city. Eitan frowned and crossed his right arm over his chest. Are you saying that because you feel guilty? Because I'm fine on my own. No, I know you'll be fine. Dominique leaned in. Eitan, I want to do this. Eitan looked taken aback, and his frown melted into an embarrassing smile. Really, Dominique? Huh? What I was going to say is that it's obvious you want to help Isaiah. So do I. I want to stay here longer with you. Scratched on the back of his head. Can't abandon you or Isaiah in your time of need. Oh! Dominique's gaze fell, and he self-consciously tucked a curl behind his ear. Honestly, I didn't expect him to stay. He glanced up. I don't mean to be rude. What are you going to do? Isaiah says Hikaru fused with a powerful being. Obviously, I'm not going to shoot him. Eitan tented his fingers and furrowed his brow. There's got to be a way to improvise a trap. Slow his roll, and then talk some sense into it. Right before he came into the parish, he and I talked. Maybe you won't listen to Isaiah. You might with me. You sure you're okay? It sounds dangerous? Absolutely. Come on. Come on. At least one thing I have going to me is that I don't die easily. We got another bot. Thank you. Thank you, Automod. God damn. Plus Stream Elements Automod, so we can stop these kind of bots. Free viewers or free viewers, yeah, cool. Buy some viewers. That's the way to do it. That's the way to grow. Cheat the system. And in the end of the day, you've only fooled yourself, all right? You only fooled yourself. You thought that you achieved something, but you achieved nothing. You achieved nothing. So to anyone who just wants to sell me viewers, no, please. Keep it to yourself, pal. I don't appreciate it. What if we succeed? He shrugged and took another sip of tea. We've survived, and you and I can decide what to do next. You and I? You mean... Don't get me wrong. I'm still pissed about this. He wiggled his remaining fingers on his right hand. But I've been thinking. Yes? I've been thinking that if I were to walk away from you, I'd be making a huge mistake. Monster or no. I'm a changeling, not a monster. I'm in love with some kind of fae. Guess that does describe your charm. He chuckled under his breath. Aw, A10, shucks. I love how sweet he is. I'm not that sweet. He's being tsundere. Ooh. I suppose, Dominic replied idly, and then stopped. Wait a minute. What did you just say? A10 looked away. What? Are you being charming? No, before that. Nothing. Dominic shot him a sideways smile. Oh? Nothing? What's with that face? What face? A10's cheeks reddened, and he drew his cup into his lips. Not now. Come here, he whispered. The force he didn't know he had, he grabbed A10 by the lapels, pressed his lips against his, savoring the surprise that melted into a soft sigh. A10's hands lingered on his neck. He put his hand over his, threading his fingers entwined with his. A hush fell over the garden. The twittering of the birds stilled. The world seemed to narrow to just the two of them. So now, faith, hope, and love abide. These three, but the greatest of these is love. Shh. Damn. A10's voice was soft. Drop my cup. Dominic pulled away immediately, diving to find the stray cup. It's not broken, is it? Did you spill anything? It's fine, he said. It's more than fine. Well, there's another drawing I have to do. I'm not sorry. I'm sure you're not. Well, I promised you a call, so let's do this. I'm on dial-up, so I gotta log off. But you know my number. Talk to you soon. Yeah, 2004, we still had dial-up. DSL and cable were still not a thing. Yeah, hard. Leaving these when you log in. Yeah, you know what's funny? Like these kind of cow emoji when it's being like read as a donation message and it's been sent by text to speech where we hear like the Microsoft Sam voice. He's saying less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. That's kind of funny. We'll talk more later. And let me see. Is that it for the month? Okay. Are you ready to end the month of September? From this point forward, your choices will determine how TerraNova ends. It's recommended to save your game first. Let's save. Alright, let's save the game. And right here, we save. Alright, let's end the month. Alright. We're going now to October 2004. And I think that would pretty much be a good place to stop. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's going to be a little bit of a short stream when it comes to TerraNova, but I'm going to leave the exciting stuff for later. But we're not done with the stream, because in about an hour from now, I'm going to have a little gorilla stream here on Twitch as well, because I want to talk about Hayo. Who is Hayo, by the way? Hayo is perhaps the best Hugo player in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, not just in Japan, but in the world. And I want to watch with you guys some of his best highlights in the past. And since because like he got 4th place in Evo this year, and yeah, I just want to like watch some stuff and tell you guys, this guy was already like wild and energetic with his Hugo, and now you'll probably realize, okay, this guy is amazing. I need to watch more of his stuff. I need to know how he makes Hugo look so amazing, even though he's like a low tier character. It's more of like how much of a dynamic personality he is. But yeah, we'll be back in about an hour from now. I'll post the tweet on Twitter and on Blue Sky. And yeah, hope you're able to join me. We're gonna watch a few videos on YouTube, and yeah, it'll be fun. We're gonna even pause a little bit and talk about it a little bit. Anyway, guys, please take good care of yourselves. Hope you have a great afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you in an hour. Bye bye.